I remember promising that I was going to sit down and do some animation, and you could peek over my shoulder and just see what I do and the thought process that I go through in producing the animation. So I'm going to pick one of the scenes from the Cyber Garage project that we never finished, no one ever animated it, and I'm going to animate the scene. You, meanwhile, can peek over my shoulder and see how I do it. I talked about the metronome and music, and here's how I'm going to do it. I want to get a click that will happen every eight frames, and I want to hear what that sounds like. So I get out my little metronome. I've put this on a little chart here that maybe some of you can see. If I want to click on 8s, it represents 174 in the metronome. This is things I've previously figured out. So I go down here and I say, okay, where is 174? And there it is right there. Right, the beats that you hear represent 8s. That means 8 frames will go by every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, going back to the X sheet, how many of these sections of 8 do I have? If there's 5 feet, then it means I have 10 of those. But he's diving down to hit the ground. So when he hits the ground right here, I want to have, now notice that this curve right here is going like this. It's an indent right there. Maybe puff his chest out here. So this just straight down. Then when he hits the ground, I'm going to do something like just reverse that whole curve. And I'll put this foot will probably be down here in front. This other foot has already contacted, so it's down and back. And I would say, and I'm just guessing here, but I would say probably his hands are on the ground and his head is tucked way in here. So we get that kind of a look. Maybe his eyes are even closed. So when he hits the ground, it's kind of like that. What I already see as strong is this reverse curve. This thing right here going into this right here. Reverse curve always makes your drawing a little stronger. I went ahead while you guys were sleeping and made another drawing. Okay, this is drawing number 19. So notice that 17 and 19, this is one in between to do because we're on ones. So it's 3, 4 would be the in between. It would be 17, it would look like this. 18, 4. And then right here we'd have 19, 5. So 19, 5, I knew that the heel on 17 was right here. So I got my ruler and I measured 1 inch would get me to drawing number 18. 2 inches would get me to drawing number 19. So, and I'm going to make 2 inches from that mark back to here. And that's where that lift foot is going to start to lift up, right there. Because I know that my pen is going at 1 inch per. So, keep your eye, focus only on this foot. It's gone 2 inches back. So far, our animation is fairly straight. It's done in a profile, but I'm trying to get some entertainment in this scene. When I went away and I laid down and I watched this in my head, there was a moment where the little fox actually looked at the audience and started to snicker, like, you know, he knew he was going to get this rabbit. So that's what I want to go for right now. Where's the little laugh in the whole scene? So let me show you something we're going to do. And I'm going to start turning this head. Remember his nose is right here. Now the next drawing we make, which is going to be drawing number 33, his head will be straight on looking at the camera. Here on the board, I've got two drawings. This is the drawing 19 with this chart. 19, I put the extremes over on the left and circle them, and the in-between looks like it's just directly in between. So this would be 21. I'm going to draw drawing number 20. Now, with the board you can see, so I'm going to put a clean piece of paper down, and with the board you can see that the tip of the hat, and on this piece of paper I'm going to give myself some guide. Here's the tip of the hat on the first drawing, right there. There's the tip of the hat. Here's the tip of the hat on the second drawing, right there. So I know that my in-between is going to lie on a line tangent to this. I'm going to go in between there like that. Notice that if I were to just in between these lines, this would probably go down. Now, what's interesting is then I can flip this, and I'm going to try and now look at just this line, which would be this line. All right, now that the scene is all in between, I'm ready to shoot a rough pencil test, just to be sure that I'm in the ballpark and this is entertaining. So I'm going to go shoot this, and I'll be right back. Well, there's the test, and I really like the way it turned out. It has some entertainment in it, and I think it's going to be fun to show my friends and see what they think of it. Now, animation is a lot of fun, but I know that sooner or later you're going to have to get these characters colored, because on a painted background they're going to look really, really great. But I'm going to have to clean these characters up because I can't paint something that isn't a single finished line. So there's going to be another tape, I'll call it tape 2, in which we show you how to go about cleaning up the characters so that you get the best product when you shoot your color. Until then, you guys keep practicing, keep enthused about your animation and your progress, and we'll see you in the next tape.